Hey guys, sorry I'm running a little bit late today. So I just wanted to catch up and see you guys did a 2D arrays with loops, right? Last week? Just to make sure. Did I believe it was Daniel, right? Did Daniel teach you did Daniel go over 2D arrays with loops?
He did.
Okay. Did you guys like finish all of that?
He did.
Okay. All right, thanks. So today we're gonna be going over something a little bit different. You've pretty much learned all the basics there is to Python. I mean, like the basic on a very basic level, of course. So then we're gonna start trying to implement these instead of just doing like very simple practice examples like we were in the 2D array one and everything below before. Um, we are going to kind of implement the skills we've learned so far and put them into one like small mini project. And then tomorrow, not next week, but today we're gonna do a mini project, which is uh blackjack, and then next week and the week following that, we're gonna be working on Hangman, which is another project, a little bit bigger project we're gonna do. So for this week, we're just doing blackjack. So I'll share a screen to show you guys kind of like the framework of the code so you guys don't have to start from scratch. I will share this screen, I believe. Okay. Yeah, can you guys see this? Good? Okay, cool. So basically, uh, hopefully, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the game Blackjack. It's typically like a Vegas like gambling thing where you draw cards, like physical cards, and then you try to get as high of a score as possible without going over 21. So has anyone like not played blackjack before? Um, I'm assuming you guys probably haven't played it, but or like know of it. Yeah.
It's
Um,
like the thing where you have to take a chance of like getting a card, and if it like goes over 21, you lose.
yeah, basically. So, yeah, that's what Aiden said. I haven't played blackjack or because I'm not allowed to gamble. Hopefully you guys haven't either. Um, but just like if you guys don't know, then it is. So yes, it's a gambling game. It's typically played with money, but in this case, we're not gonna play with money. We're just gonna be playing with the computer, just for the fun of playing with the computer. Um, it's a single player game basically. And you have the dealer, you have the player, and the dealer will have like the whole deck of cards, and the deck of cards contains anything from anywhere from ace to king, I believe. So let me take a look.
From
So
13.
sorry.
Cards are from 1 to 13.
Yeah, I believe they're from the like values of the cards are from 1 through 13. So then ace is just one, and then all the way up to king, which is 13. And then you're just gonna want to keep on asking for cards, and the dealer will give you cards. And basically you can look at your cards after you have them, and you can look, and then let's say I get like a five, then I'll probably want to ask again to draw another card because I haven't gone over 21 yet, and there's no risk of me going over 21. So I ask the dealer for another card. Let's say I get a king this time, then I have 18 points now because 5 plus 13 is 18. And 18 is kind of close to 21. So there, I may want to just fold. I may want to say, no, I don't want any more cards, and then just stick with the 18. And essentially, blackjack game is comparing the 18 that you have versus whatever whatever the dealer has. So every time you get a card, the dealer will also get a card, and basically it's just end up whoever has closest to 21 wins. Yeah, I'll send this link to you right here. This one. This was the solution, so you guys I'll go over that at the end of class probably. Um, or maybe at the start of the next one. But I'll send you this one real quick because this is a outline. See, share link. Yeah, I'll make you guys a viewer so then you guys can copy the link and like make a copy of it. Here you go. So basically that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about the game itself, you guys can ask me, or if you guys don't want to ask me, you guys can search it up online. There's rules everywhere online. Blackjack's a pretty famous game. Other than that, you guys can get started on the code, and I made an outline for you guys that basically has the different implement things you have to implement. Like you have to make a function for drawing a card, a dealer play function, which is like the dealer giving you the card and also him receiving the card. And then the main program starts, essentially it'll create the deck of all the values between 1 and 13. And then while there is a game, then the player will ask the player hit just means like what do they want to hit or not hit, or like what do they want to draw another card, and then it'll add the amount the player got to their total sum. So let's say draw 5, 3, 10, you're gonna have to add that up with the program. And then at the end, you're gonna check if they win or lose. And that is basically it. Any questions while doing it, you can feel free to ask me. And yeah. Oh, sorry. One clarification. I think I uh told you guys one clarification on the rules. For the dealer, there's a specific rule with the dealer that they're always gonna draw. They're always gonna hit, like they're always gonna draw a new card as long as they have a sum of 16 or less. So including 16. So if they have like a king and a 3 and that adds up to 16, then they're gonna hit and they'll draw another card. And then if um if it's less, if it's if they're greater than 16, which means if they get like a king and a four and they're 17 points, then they're not going to draw. So that's how the dealer determines their points every single time. So you're gonna have to make like a random function to see what the dealer draws each time. And at the end, you compare the score. So if the dealer has greater than 21, you automatically win as long as you're below 21. And if the dealer is closer to 21 than you are, then you lose. And if you are over 21, you also automatically lose. So yeah, that's sorry about that. Quick clarification. Oh, also, both every player, I believe, is dealt two cards to begin with, I think. Um, let's see. Yeah, I believe, yeah, every player is dealt two cards to begin with. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this might be a little bit late, but I look, kind of haven't played blackjack in a while, but jacks, queens, kings, and sorry, tens, jacks, queens, and kings. All the face cards are worth 10 points. But so if you guys already implemented the code to make it 1 through 13, you guys can just make like a quick like if statement to check like, oh, if the random integer is greater than 10, then just make it 10. So that's my bad. Okay, so it's about like the last 10 minutes. If you guys are still working on it, could you guys give me like give me a quick update on like what point you're on or like if you're close or not. So I know if I need to give you guys extra time in next class or if I can just explain the solution now. So if anyone okay, if you guys are so could you guys just let me know if you guys want more time in next class to do it? Could you just type something to me and so I know if I need to extend this. Okay. All right, because I don't want to give you guys a solution like too early before you guys have had enough time to like work things through. So just let me know in chat. You can private message me like your preference if you want more time or if you just want me to show you the solution now. Um, okay, some people say they want more time, some people don't want more time, or so some people like one person wants me to show the solution. So I think more people need more time than not. So I'm probably gonna extend. Um, so I'm gonna show the solution now, and for people who want to see the solution, just I'm gonna go over it a little bit. Like I'm gonna go over like the overall idea of it. I'm not gonna dive into specific code. Um, but so for the solution, but I'll show it on the screen. And if you guys want to see the solution, you guys can just tune in on the Zoom. And if you guys don't want to see the solution, just um, keep on working on it on the code yourself. But um, as of now, I will begin to share the solution. So let's see here. All right, cool. Can you guys see this? I'm not going to be teaching next class, but I will tell the other instructor to go over it next class as well to kind of go over the solution next class. The link to yeah, sure. I'll share the solution link. Yeah. All right, that's the link to the solution. If any of you guys need it, so it's right there. And yeah, basically, if you guys want to see the solution, it's right there. And for those of you still here, I'm gonna go over the solution like real quick in like 5 minutes. Not gonna, deep dive into the code itself, but just the more broad idea. So in the solution, we first import random because that's the only library we're gonna need to generate a random integer, which is like simulating drawing from the deck. The first function I created was a draw card function, which basically takes a random card. So you're gonna x is gonna be a random integer value, like an index value. Card here is basically the deck. Card is like all the cards in the deck, right? So like here you see how I appended the numbers 1 through 13 to the deck 4 times, and to create like simulate the cards ace through king, and then for the 4 different suits. So that's why then there's 52 cards total. This is gonna get a random integer to choose which card it is, and I'll return whichever card it is to me. And when I call that in the main function here, first obviously you have a player card, which is a list, and you'll draw 2 cards, add to it. And then when the player, this is the main game loop. So when the player says they want to draw a new card, then new card is equal to draw a card. So it'll draw a card. It'll add the card to the player's hand, and it'll tell the player what they got. And then it'll just ask them again whether they want to draw a card or not. And you notice here in the function, I check if it's greater than 0, then I'll just return. If it's greater than 10, I'll just return 10, which basically means that 10, 11, 12, 13 are all equal to 10, which means that 10, Jack, Queen, King are all have a value of 10. And I'll keep on doing this while true, you see, until the player says, no, I don't want to draw another card, and then it'll break. And then you go down here, and where you add the sum of the player, you find how much the player's total hand is. And then the last part is checking if you win or lose. So if the sum is greater than 21, then we'll print you lost. That's so you automatically lose. You don't care what the dealer has. And then otherwise, the dealer sum is whatever the dealer play is. It's a dealer play function, which I created up here, which just returns whatever the dealer gets. And the dealer plays by a set rule, which is they draw 2 cards just like the player does initially, except the dealer has a hard line of if they're less than or equal to 16, then they'll stop drawing. If they're less than or equal to 16, they'll continue drawing. If they're greater than 16, they'll stop drawing. So that's this function right here. It means they'll keep drawing until they draw until their sum is greater than 16. And you'll get the dealer sum, and then you'll check if the dealer sum is greater than your sum, then you lose. And if they're equal, you tie, and otherwise you win, which means that essentially means that your sum is greater than their sum. So we're gonna run this once to check. So your cards are 4 and 8. Do you want to draw another card? Obviously yes, because the sum is only 12. So we'll say yes. I just drew a 2. So that's 12 plus 2 is 14. 14. I think I want to draw another card because I think I can. Okay, I just drew a 1. It's 15 now. It's a little bit risky, but I think I'm gonna say no because I don't want to automatically lose. And then the dealer drew 7, 2, and then the dealer drew another 5 and a 3, which means that they add up to 17 and I had 15, which means I lost. So that's basically the blackjack game right there. It's the solution of it. I sent the link in the chat, so if you guys need to take a look at it at home. Otherwise, try to work on it a little bit at home. So for the next class, you guys can hopefully have a better idea. Maybe if you guys have worked on it a little bit more, and if you guys haven't, completely finished it, you guys can look at the solution to kind of get some hints for it. And if you can't code it yourself, at least be able to look through the solution and fully understand what each line is doing. And I'll ask the instructor in the next class to go over it for you guys if you guys need to go over it. So other than that, that's it for today's lesson. This kind of shows you like the level of difficulty that in Python, which to make a small project that incorporates all the different things we learned in this course overall, which is like lists, for loops, while loops, if statements, everything like that. Putting it all together, you can create something that's a lot more fancy, a lot fancier. So yeah, thank you all for coming, and have a good night. All right, see you. Hey, what's up? The meeting's over. Okay, or I'm assuming probably AFK, so I'm end the meeting then. If you're not, then if you don't have a question, then you can ask me, but otherwise, good night.